Well, most of us may be new to cauliflower, but I would really like us to learn more about this vegetable and use it a lot because it's very, very healthy. So, I'm going to teach you how to handle cauliflower in this video and what we can do to store it. So, you start off by washing your cauliflower and you need to soak it well because sometimes there may be some small worms or something inside. And because it's clustered, it's a bit hard. So, you just do your water, salt, and your optional vinegar. So the vinegar, can just use a white vinegar to go about it. So I cut the stem part, the part which goes into the ground. Then I remove the leaves around it. Yes, when it's fresh, it's easy to remove with your hand. And you can equally use your knife to assist you remove it. Now, the leaves part, I don't use it. Maybe you can teach me any recipe to do with it if you know one. Yes, but for me, for now, I just clear that one and I make sure that I get all of them out. Then I soak it in my water, and you realize I soak it with the crown inside the water because that's where it's hard to clean. So you need to soak it with water in the water for a while, about 5-6 minutes. So when it comes to the storage, I always have Ziplocs. I put them in. What I do is I separate it in different ways. There are some that I cut the crown like I'm doing here. So we just have the crown going in there. So maybe I'm doing tossed vegetables and I want it chunky in there. Then I use the crown. Sometimes you can also spice it up and fry it. So you can do cauliflower chips with it, where you just coat it up and then you fry. So you can also steam it like this and then add it with your stew and eat. You could also do this with stews. So I keep the crown in there like this, and then the stem part, this is what I use for the cotoge soup on this channel. So if you've not watched that soup, you can go and check it out, and I'm going to do something extra with it as well today too. Now the next thing I do is that I also have a different one I do where I grate it. So cauli rice, if you've heard of cauli rice, especially for those who diet, you'd have heard of cauli rice. And cauli rice is basically the cauliflower which has been grated, the crowned part. Yes, so when you grate that part, at least if it's gritty like rice. So when you're dieting or you're doing a ketogenic diet or you're on a special diet, and you can't take so much carbohydrate. You know, cauliflower is a grainy and there's super less carbo. So you can just use this to replace your carb in there, to replace your rice. And the beauty is you can do a lot of cauli rice recipes with it. I've tried the turmeric, I've tried the fried rice, I've even tried Angamo version with the cauli rice. It was just nice. So I'm going to teach that soon, about how to do cauli rice dishes in the Ghanaian way. So when you're dieting, don't feel like you're killing yourself. You can diet and eat nicely. You can diet and still enjoy life. So that's about the cauli rice recipe. So I've packed that one as well. I'm going to another way I go about it. And that I focus on the top crown. So unlike the first one where the crowns were bigger and I left it like that, this one, what I do is I'm just looking out for the top crown with layers of the stump. Just that one. So you realize those are smaller. So I could still do the cauli rice recipe with just this if I want more chunky. I could do my salad with this if I want it less chunky. So it depends on what you want to do and how you'd want to eat it. It depends on what you are cooking. But then when it's going into the freezer, I like to always have them in these sizes. So depending on what I'm going to use it for, when I take it out, I know that, yay, I'm safe. And it's great for your salad. It's great for, there's so much you can do with cauliflower, honestly. And these days, please don't be scared. It's not that expensive. Cauliflower is more available in Ghana now. People plant it. You can even plant some at home. If you have a nursery in your home, you should try this there. So yes, cauliflower is super healthy, and I would really like you to try some cauliflower this week. Yes, give it a try. If you have some 5 cedis or 10 cedis, you can buy 1 or 2 and then try it out. So yes, this is just the top crown, and I also separated it. So I'm going to teach you a lot of cauliflower recipes. Yes, so at least those who are dieting can also have something to eat. So this is how I store them in my Ziploc bags. You realize the stem parts are in one, you realize the cauli rice is the one, the bigger crowns, the smaller crowns. Yes, so that's how I store my cauliflower. And if I'm going to use it that week or within 2-3 days, I keep it in the fridge. But if I'm going to use it later on, I store it in the freezer. You just put this in your freezer. When you're ready, take it out. So it's no big deal at all. And that's how to keep your cauliflower. You can have it in your freezer for 2, 3, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. Yes, so today I'm going to teach you how to do the cauliflower pepper sauce, green pepper sauce. And this is super diet friendly and it's very tasty. You may even stop eating the regular pepper sauce and come and like this one though, because it's jam. So what I did was I had my cauliflower, which was frozen already. So the stem part. So you realize that after cutting the crowns, the stem part, all those ones, I just placed them together. Then what I did was that I steamed it up a bit. Then I had some pepper, green habaneros, and some salt to taste. That's all I used because cauliflower has a lot of taste in there. I don't really need to add so much spices. It's a natural Charlie. You know, when you try it, you see day form rough. So this is my blended cauliflower and then my green peppers, which is blended. And the cauliflower, I mentioned you have to pre-steam before you can blend. That makes it softer and easy for you to blend. So I mixed them together nicely. I placed it on fire, and then of course I added in my salt and then some oil. So in this recipe I used oil. And you know, when you're dieting, even in your regular homes, you need to be careful the type of oil you're using. So I added in some coconut oil. So I just mixed it up, let it boil so all the water drains out. And it takes quite a lot of time because there's quite a quantity. Yes, so you need to let it boil nicely. Make sure that all the water gets out. And yay! When you are done, serve it with your yam chips. If you're not dieting, if you are dieting to your fish recipes, you can do your cauliflower sauce with your smoked fish or your salmon recipe, and some eggs by the side or something. If you're not dieting to, hey, this one can be so banku and easy cry. So I hope you try this cauliflower green pepper sauce recipe.